Welcome to Phoenix Rising, and today we're going to do week 2 of the curriculum. Again, we're taking you through the weeks and stages of alchemy and the curriculum that we do with our clients here at Phoenix Rising, so you can have a taste of what we do and what we're about. The second stage of the alchemical process is coagulatio, which is about creation. When we think about the phoenix, usually we go from the calcinatio right into the coagulatio, and I think that's where most people would think the process stops, which is the fire into the change. But this is just the beginning of that process. And this week we work a lot on understanding a bit more about the ego and personalization and perfectionism and how all of those items impact addiction. So we start, and if I may, I would like to read to you something that Newman wrote. And it goes, "The principle of secondary personalization holds that there is a persistent tendency in man to take primary and transpersonal contents as secondary and personal, and to reduce them to personal factors. Personalization is directly connected with the growth of the ego, of consciousness, and of individuality, through which the ego emerges from the torrent of transpersonal and collective events. Secondary personalization brings a steady decrease in the effective power of the transpersonal and a steady increase in the importance of the ego and personality." So the way I understand what he's saying is that it is our human tendency to take things to the ego and to take them personally and to believe that things are about ourselves, to take on the blame and all the negative emotions that really decrease our ability to grow and move out of shame. We want to move into what he calls the transpersonal, the ability to move towards the more self-actualization, to go through that change and to not allow the ego to power what we do with our choices and our thoughts and our feelings. So the first week, when we go into understanding addiction, we work on that secondary personalization. We ask the clients what it feels like for them, what triggers them, what triggers their addiction, and we go into the feelings and the attitudes that impact the ego, so that they can understand when it's their ego speaking, which usually is also fear, versus the higher, more, I would say, more self-actualized version of themselves. On the second day, perspectives, we go into the 4 different types of perfectionism, which is neurotic, narcissistic, principled, or the puritanical, and the hyperattentive, or the compensatory, so that they can understand perfectionism and how much it really impacts them. I feel like a lot of individuals have really figured out over the years that the people that tend to get into shame are usually the most perfectionistic. And that's that fear of, if I'm not going to be perfect, I'm not going to do it at all. I don't believe in the term lazy. We don't allow it at our program. I don't believe it exists. I think it's something that society has brought up with individuals, and it's not the truth. It's more of how we're already shaming ourselves, and the ego is driving what our behaviors are. In our group on relationships, we talk about the characteristics of adult children of trauma and addiction, so that individuals can see if that trauma is part of their story. In my private practice that I've had up until Phoenix Rising and still continue, there are so many people that walk into my office and believe something is just organically wrong with them and have learned to minimize events that have truly impacted their lives. Once they understand that it's actual trauma and that they may be struggling or suffering from symptoms of PTSD, it actually helps them to understand what it is and articulate what their feelings and sensations are, so that they don't have to be blaming themselves, because again, that's not part of our program. On the 4th day of the week, we go into the defenses against shame. In the first week, we worked on shame itself, and then we understand how that shame creates coping mechanisms and defenses that most children adopt before they've even understood that they've adopted and internalized these defenses. So some of them can be cognitive distortions, as most of the CBT community will definitely agree with. Mood switching, impulse control, poor ego boundaries, and things of the sort. And then in the last day of the week, in our Creating Change, before they head out into the weekend, our clients do a review on this week. So I chose on this Friday for us to tie in how the perfectionism, the ego, the fears, the defenses against shame, how all of it comes together, since it tends to be a little bit more of a kind of negative feel almost in those ideas and themes. I wanted to have a discussion where they could put it together, make sense of it for themselves, and be able to almost leave it behind them as they move into week 3 of our program. Again, any questions on any of this, I am open to feedback as always, even thoughts of, Aaliyah, what are you talking about? Why are you saying this? I enjoy those discussions as well. So thank you so much for listening and being a part of our Phoenix Rising community.